What is up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to the Ramblin' Matt Ramage podcast, and we're alive. Dude, I have a great guest. Probably one of my favorite guests that I'll ever have. I will never peak this guest. I had Aaron Nagler on, so I should say that. You know what I mean? So, but co-creator of Cheesehead TV, Corey Behnke joined me. But before I jump into that, I want to give a shout out. This is not a paid advertisement. This is not paid. But on universe.com, you can go there and you can build an app on your iPhone. I did that. And you can build a store. You can do all the things. All right, I made a big mistake. I screwed up big time. And they fixed it in an hour. I was on with customer help and all those things. So I want to give a shout. Go to onuniverse.com, build a website for free. There's a paid version. I'm on a paid version. Come on, baller like that. You know what I mean? No, but let's get Corey Behnke in the building. All right. But first, I got an intro. So let's watch that first. You know what I mean? I put a lot of time into this intro.
You're listening to the Ramblin' Matt Ramage podcast.
Let's go!
How about that intro, though, right?
I like it. What's up?
What is up, Mr. Corey Behnke, Cheesehead TV creator? What is up, man? Thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me. Having a little Untitled art in the house. I figured since you're buzzing, I might as well start working my way towards that.
Definitely, dude. I do very few podcasts. I have never done a good podcast or video live, whatever the hell you want to call these things. I've never done a good one sober. I've realized that. I'm not really good sober. No, but hey, while I have you here, check this out. I bought me a new microphone.
Oh, okay.
Look at this. It's
That's nice. That's an SM7.
Yeah, dude. Look at this guy. He knows shit. But like I bought this microphone.
That's a classic.
Dude, I got a mixer. I got the whole deal.
Nice.
I'm trying to. I just knocked some shit over. No, but I got the microphone. I was all excited. I'm like, yo, first guest, Corey Behnke. I'm gonna use my awesome new mic, and I'm all tangled up here. But then I forgot to buy a cord, so it didn't. So I'm still using this shitty mic. Dude, you ever buy like a really expensive mic and then you get all excited? It's like Christmas morning, and then you're still using this shitty one when you do the podcast. But
dude, for transplants and for watch party, I bought this really high end wireless system. It's week 6. I haven't even used it yet. Same exact problem.
So let me ask you this. No, I got some banners we got some questions rolling in here. But we're gonna hit some questions up in a little bit. But first, I want to ask you. All right,
yes, sir.
So let me go. Oh yeah, I got Cheesehead TV. I'm a little behind.
Nice.
I use these banners to remember stuff because my memory is not so good. But okay, let me ask you. I'm not sure if I asked Nagler this, but how did you guys start Cheesehead TV? Like, how did like this come to fruition? Is that a word? I don't know.
Yeah, so it all started back in we're gonna age ourselves here, Matt. 1996, we met each other, me and Mr. Nagler. He was doing monologues because he's older than me, but he went to some other college. We had to do monologues for drama, and he gets up there and he's like, and I'm like a junior, so I'm like, yeah, my shit doesn't stink, right? And he's like, hi, I'm Aaron Nagler, and I'm from Appleton, and I literally said, go Pack, from the back of the room, and like it's a quiet room, right? And so he basically hated me for 8 or 9 months, as you do usually when you follow me on Twitter. And then we became like huge friends. And then we had this weekly call, right? We picked up a phone, back in the day they had these wired phones, and we'd pick it up and we'd talk to each other and we just bitch about the Packers. And it was post college, and we were like, dude, they're doing these things called podcasts. Like, this is in 2007. Or 6 maybe. And I'm like, yeah, well, what is that? And he's like, well, we already do this phone call once a week. Let's just do that. And that's Packer Transplants.
Dude, that's crazy. No, because I tweeted about this. And I said, dude, 2010, I think 2009, I got on Twitter, but I wasn't really on Twitter. I was like, I download the app and I was like, this is stupid. Like everyone does. And then they get on later on, you know, and they're like, oh, this is awesome. So about 2010, I remember watching you guys and I was like, yo, these guys, it was like this dungy room, you know, it was like,
yeah,
you had a bunch of shit in the wall. It was like a bunch of,
it was all my hacker tchotchkes. And I was like, oh, I got this monitor and I got this. I mean, dude, exactly. You pulling the mixer and the microphone, it like reminded me of like, we had S video. So I had a S video mixer. And I remember telling Nagler, like being like, dude, I can do playback, but we can actually like play back into this stuff. And I had my cord like into an iMac. Like it was crazy, dude. It was just like, you know, he came over to my house. We had our like 3 hours together. Dude, when we first did it, it took us 4 hours to do a 20-minute podcast because we would redo it like 5 or 6 times.
Yeah, dude. I remember that shit though. Like, dude, but like when I started watching you guys, like I was watching you guys like before you had a team. Now you have so many awesome people that write and do different podcasts and do different stuff. But like, I remember, I never had an inkling like I'm gonna do that one day. I was never like I'm gonna do a podcast. I never thought I would. But then I did other shit and like whatever. And then now look at me. I have Nagler. Dude, I got you on. I had Haha Clinton Dix.
Dude, you're definitely gonna top me, by the way. Also, I was gonna save this. Okay, I do have a confession to make. I did unfollow you for a short period on Twitter. I'm just gonna tell you across all social media. So I followed you when you first came out. Okay, and I think you're gonna appreciate the time period when I did not follow you. Okay, bro. Every time I would come to your profile, it's this Haha Clinton Dix video pinned to your profile. Okay. And this is like, he's not even a Packer anymore, bro. And I literally the whole time, I'm like, Matt, I'm going to follow you when you get this pinned tweet off your Twitter. And you finally did it. You finally did it. I think you did it this season, bro. I think you did it like this summer or something.
Yeah, I was like, dude, it's been too long. No, I love Haha, though. Like, he's my guy.
I hear you.
That was like my
I hear you, but he's not a Packer. See, I'm like so annoying. I unfollow every as soon as if they didn't win a Super Bowl or were one of my favorites, they get unfollowed. like Tom Crabtree is a legend, right? He won the Super Bowl. He actually was sitting in this house. I know he's a friend of the show, fan of the show. Tom Crabtree, I will never unfollow Tom Crabtree.
Dude, Tom Crabtree is like the man. Dude, I remember.
I'm like,
You want to hear a fun story about Tom Crabtree real quick?
Yes, I do.
When I first started my podcast, Haha was my first guest, right? So it was like my second rendition of the podcast because I tried it the first time and I failed miserably. It was horrible. So I'm like, I'm going to bring it back. I'm going to try it. I'm going to give it another whirl, right? So I asked Tom Crabtree, I'm like, hey, you want to be my first guest? He's like, for sure, I got you. You know, Crabtree's always been really super cool to me.
He's great.
And so and I was like, all right, it's set, and like we have this date, and like the podcast is gonna start this day, and you're gonna be my first guest. And then Haha said, yo, I'll do your podcast because I asked him like 1,003 times.
So you had to push Crabtree up for Haha.
I didn't push him up. I didn't.
Okay.
I said I told Crabtree, I'm like, hey, Haha said he'll do my podcast. And he was like, oh, that's sweet. I'm like, yeah. I was like, he'll be my second guest. And Crabtree's like, no, he's got to be your first guest. You got to. And I was like, no. I told you'd be my first guest. It's not a big deal. It's like first, second. I don't give a shit. And then he's like, no. Haha should be your first. It'll be your like big coming out. It'll be like, yo, Haha's on. And dude, he was like so cool. And
that's Tom.
Yeah. He's like, I don't give a shit if I'm first or second. And dude, Crabtree's been on my podcast the first go around when I was horrible. I remember having Crabtree on my podcast and I would pace back and forth in my basement. I used to do it in my basement. I'd be so nervous. And now Crabtree's like my friend. Like
dude, it's hilarious. I saw the one with you and Crabtree, and he's like making fun of how drunk you are. And it's just like, it's great. I love it.
Dude, that's the thing. Like the difference between me and most podcasters, like you guys do a great show. You talk about like good stuff. And like not even you because you guys have fun. You guys just talk shit. But a lot of podcasts are so serious. I talk about all this shit. Dude, I have never talked about a serious point. Like I'm just drunk. The Bears still suck. Shit, like that's what I do.
Well, you talk serious when the Vikings piss you off, when Vikings fans
Dude.
piss you off.
The Vikings. This season has been glorious for me
It's great.
because like I hate the Bears, but it's Levian because Bear fans, like I became friends with Bear fans. I got Instagram, like I jumped on a few podcasts, a Bears podcast, and I you know that who's that guy, Adam Rank? So I was on this Bears podcast, and they're like, "Oh, we're really getting big because we have some good guests." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, "Well, you fell off this week." They're like, "No," and they're like, "No, we have you on. Last week we had Adam Rank," and I was like, "Oh, I hate that guy." And they're like, "Oh no, that's our guy." I was like, "Oh no, I'm sure he's good." I was like, "But he's a Bears fan. I really don't like him. I don't like him." And I'll say it. I didn't mean to be rude on their podcast, but I'll say I don't like the prick.
Your podcast. There you go.
No, I can say it now. I can say
you had it.
I don't like him. I think he's biased as shit, but so am I. But I respect it. But
I'm biased. I'm definitely biased. Dude, you and I are the same that way.
Dude, I'm so biased. Like, dude, like you bring up like people like trash, like all types of players who I like, or like that follow me on Instagram mostly. If you follow me on Instagram, dude, I'm loyal. Like these players follow me, like Preston Smith and like haha and like Aaron Jones follows me, Jamal Williams, and AJ.
Dude, Preston Smith. I saw on Preston Smith. I saw your feed. I had to look up. I was like, "What's going on right now?" He's like watching your stuff. It was great.
Yeah. Dude, Preston Smith. First of all, is really cool with me because like even like advice, like he's giving me advice about like shit happening or whatever. Like Preston Smith. Dude, I love that dude. Preston Smith is my guy. Anyways. Let's peek at
a great game this weekend too. By the way,
he did. He had a sack.
Everybody was like, "Where's Preston Smith?" And Preston Smith said, "Here, I'm here." I'm like, don't forget about me.
He was like me, like in middle school when I fell asleep and the teacher's like, Matt Ramage, is he here? And I was like, no, but like people like to. Dude, I don't know. It's schematic. Like, I don't know. Like, dude, I'm biased as shit. So, like, if you talk shit about Preston Smith and you mention me about it, I will not respond unless I'm totally digging on you because it pisses me off. Dude, he's like family to me.
I mean, I have a tweet. Actually, I'll share with you a draft tweet I was actually looking at while I was waiting to get on here, and I was like, I should tweet this. All of the tweets that like I really want to tweet, you know what I'm saying? But I just like I save them because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna save this one right to that for that special moment. So this one. Respect the men who play this game or delete your fucking account.
Dude, that's true. Dude, first of all, do you wear those gloves to sleep?
Of course.
Of course. Why
what
would
a silly question, Joey.
No, but like
speaking of underage podcast, got to give a shout out to the that's Joey.
Oh, that's Joey. All right.
Yeah, he's one of the co-hosts of the underage podcast.
So let's talk about the underage podcast.
Okay.
No, because I love it. Those guys are great, but they had me on. They had you on.
Big B and Joey did a tailgate before Packer Transplants, so they could win some merch. And Joey got his whole family. He got like picks and stuff. It was crazy.
So they had Nagler on.
Yep.
I believe. And they had a lot of people on. And so they asked me to come on the podcast. And I was like, oh, for sure. But my wife had me out shopping that whole day. So I was out shopping. And then when I got home, I was like, we got to go. I got to do this podcast. I'm doing this podcast, underage podcast. And I get home in like 10, 15 minutes to spare. So I do this podcast. I'm exhausted. And then after I'm done with the podcast, I was like, dude, I sucked. I was horrible. Like they were talking and I was just like, I was so tired. So I want to give a shout out to the underage podcast. They do great. They do great stuff. They're minors. That's why it's an underage podcast. They're young guys. But like, dude, they do so good. I was during the podcast, I was like, dude, these guys are so much better than me. Especially in that moment because I was so tired. So I apologize to the underage podcast for being so tired. I was not drunk. I should have been drunk. I'm way better drunk.
I was wondering. I was like, I thought that was the whole deal. Maybe that was what It wasn't
Yeah, well,
being tired. It was not being drunk.
yeah, I'm way better drunk. Like,
Well,
dude,
and the other half of Underage Podcast, Big B, he's a huge Jamal Williams fan. So he has a Jamal Williams is the GOAT sign that he's been rolling with for like the last 7 weeks. It's crazy.
dude, I actually have a question about that later on. I have a banner. But yeah,
Nice.
Jamal, dude, first of all, I love Jamal Williams.
Oh my God, Jamal Williams is like the spirit animal of the Green Bay Packers. If that's a thing, he is. He is the soul of the Packers right now. It's amazing. If last year Z was the soul, I feel like Jamal Williams is that guy this year.
I remember one time I made a video. I posted on I reposted it on Instagram where like I'm pretending like I'm training Jamal Williams or whatever, and I run a route, I fall down, whatever. Fat guy falls down. Yeah, everyone laughs, right? So I remember I posted that like during like training camp or whatever it was around that. It was the off season, and he DM'd me and said I was funny, and I was like,
That's awesome.
game over. I told my wife Jamal Williams said I was funny, and she's like, no, he didn't. I'm like, he did.
The fact that your wife doubts you is hilarious.
Yeah, she was like, no, he
It's
didn't.
like, no, that didn't happen.
She's like, hey, well, he's wrong.
Dude,
No,
you know that video of Jamal Williams where I'm not going to do it justice, but he's like in the drill and he does the whole dance and then he just stops, breathes, and then runs into the tackling dummies. It's amazing. Like,
dude,
the guy is amazing.
Did you see that he was being interviewed this week by whoever?
Oh, and his eyebrows.
Yeah. I was like, he just starts joking around midway through a press conference.
And you can't tell because he's got his mask on, so he's like, all he's doing is like,
dude, I respect anyone because that's his work, right? Playing
great.
football is not his job. I mean, it is his job, but that's what he loves to do. Press conference interviews, that's his job. That's the part of job. Like when I think about job, like my job, 8 hours, I hate it all. But like for him, he likes the football part, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
But the press conference talking to Nagler and other people, he doesn't like that shit.
No.
So to make fun.
Who would though? Like, who would though? Really? Like, does anybody like listening to? Like, it's so funny. This year, I think, Nagler and I have been bitching. I included Nagler in that. I've been bitching about beat writers asking questions since the first time I was allowed in the room to ask questions. Because I'm like, really? This is what they get? Like, they just finished the game and you're gonna be like this? Have you ever watched? Did you watch The Last Dance with about Michael Jordan?
Yeah.
So, like, dude, that the time when the reporters are asking Michael Jordan, like, for the entire season, when are you going to retire? When are you going to retire? When are you going to retire? Dude, that people can get away with that bullshit back then. It's just, there's no consequences. It's so annoying. And like, people take that to the extreme with me where they're like, oh, well, you just hate all beat writers. No, I just want people to formulate a sentence. Like, think about what you're going to say, Mark Daniels, before you open your mouth. So that then when Aaron Rodgers on Pat McAfee's show, he's not talking shit about you.
Dude, I 100% agree with you. This is what I actually want to talk a little bit about.
It doesn't mean I hate Mark Daniels. It doesn't mean Mark Daniels is a dick. Yeah. But did he do his job after the game? No, Mark Daniels did not do his job. And that's why I love Matt Schneidman's tweet where he's like, if we can talk shit about them, like, this is America. You can talk shit about us. Hello.
Dude, I wanted to actually start a show about that because, like you know how everyone trashed the players and all this shit. So there's a lot of guys who are shitty towards the Packers. Like, I'm not, whatever. The guys, FS1 people, right? Not just the beat writers in Green Bay, but a lot of people talk shit. So I was like, dude, I should start a show where we start analyzing them. Let's analyze.
I tried to do it, but Nagler always shuts me down. I want to do like
come on my shit. I will allow you once a week. We come on and shit on the Skip Bayless.
No, we rank the questions. Basically, no. Here's what you do, right? We have a top 10, right? And you get all the Zoom calls of the week, and you just go top worst Zoom call question down.
Dude, I will allow that on my shit. You want to come on once a week and just trash everyone? No, but like, because dude, the media drives me nuts. But I don't like shitting on them because, like, there's guys who
we need them, and there's guys that are here. Yeah. Look. I try to say this. There's an inner circle, and it's not a circle like you get in like a tribe, but there's the worker bees, right? Yeah. Rob, they're amazing. Rob Domofsky, Pete, Olivia, the whole Green Bay Press Gazette team, Tom, like there's a core group, right? Matt Schneidman's in that group. But then you get outside of that, you get into TV, and I'm not shitting on TV, but then you have you have all of this other media and then national media. The thing about FS1, like, I think it's hilarious. I watch all your videos about going. I just try to pay them no attention because they literally are just trying to start fires. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's all. I get what's his name from FS1, the Dallas fan guy.
No. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We know. He's scared.
Yeah, he who shall not be named.
Yeah,
Bayless.
Yeah.
I say even Cowherd, like Cowherd and Bayless, it's just like they're the same. Like they literally are the same, and it's just like they're just trying to get those last little views that television can give you. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's the shit. Like, you got Skippy, right? He's a Cowboys fan, hates the Packers. Two of the top, wherever you want to rank them, fan bases in the world, right? Then you got like Stephen A. Smith, who I actually like because I think he's entertaining.
He's entertaining.
But he's a Packers fan, so I'm probably biased there, right? Or he's a Rodgers
entertaining,
fan.
though. He doesn't do the same thing. He does that whole – he mostly does the positivity shtick, and then he does the come on man shtick. But he doesn't do the burn it down to the ground. I'm going to say this hot take just because I want you to see that I was willing to put this whole entire town on fire, right?
Like, dude, Max Kellenberg or whatever the fuck his name
Kellerman,
is. Yeah, dude, like – he's wrong all the time. He's always apologized. Today he said, I was wrong about Tom Brady. What'd you say? Like, he was like, I said he was done. Why? Why would you say that about Tom Brady? Like,
because he's on television. He's got to talk every day, dude.
That's the thing. It's like, if you look at, like, Skip Bayless, like I said, hates the Packers, loves the Cowboys. Stephen A. Smith hates the Cowboys, doesn't love the Packers, but he's a Rodgers guy. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't even know who Kettleman or whatever he likes, but he shits on everyone. He's always wrong. Like, I'm not shitting on him because, like, but that's what they do. Because, like, dude, like, that's why Packer fans like me. Because I shit on the Bears. I don't do it for, like, clicks and all this shit because I hate the freaking Bears. And everyone...
you come by it naturally.
Yeah, I hate the Vikings. But, like, that's what people want to see. Like, I don't know.
I think you've gotten soft on Bears fans because your Vikings tirades are the classic right now.
Dude, first of all, because Bears fans, I try to be a little softer on Bears fans, and I'll tell you why.
They're 5-2. What the hell?
Yeah. They've been nice to me. Like the fans on Instagram.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell. Okay. I wasn't going to tell this story. Okay. This is the problem with Wisconsinites. Okay. This is why people shit on the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to take it all the way back to that DNA, right?
All right. Tell me.
Wisconsin nice is real. Minnesota stole it, right?
Yeah.
And Wisconsinites, there's nothing we love more than someone being nice to us. It doesn't matter if they shit on our quarterback. It doesn't matter if they shit on our team. And I'm sick of that shit because basically they'll be like, oh, okay, well, I can talk shit about the Packers as long as I'm nice about them.
Yeah, it's true, dude. Because people will talk shit about me, right? It's funny because they'll be like, you're a cockeyed prick. You suck. I hate you. And I'll say some comeback like, you know, whatever, the Packers 13-time champion, whatever, some kind of corny comeback. And they'll be like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying that. And so then I'll feel bad. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't, because first of all, like when I talk trash, I'm talking about your team. Like, I don't, dude, people like will like try to find pictures of my family and try to talk about like I slept with your mom. Like, yo, bro, chill out. I'm just saying you got a shitty quarterback. I'm not. Like, I don't even name players.
You make a really good point because Nagler and I have been talking about making this whole like guidebook for like who you should troll. Like if somebody has less than 10 followers, like don't even respond. You know what I mean? Because they probably got made by a robot. And it's just like there's who you respond to and when. And I don't think it's cool to personally attack people. People probably don't like don't like some of the things that I say, but pretty much when I attack someone, I'm attacking their work. I'm never attacking their person.
Yeah, exactly that, dude. Even like when I troll, I got Seahawk fans coming at me. I got Niner fans. Dude, I was ruthless Niner fan. Dude, first of all, Niner fans. Dude, let's talk about Niner fans for a minute. I know someone. No. I can't say this specific story.
California fans in general, I think we're going to agree about.
So I called Niner fans bandwagon fans, right?
Oh yeah.
So someone in my personal life who I can't name or like say specifics, they got mad because they live in like Niner Nation or whatever, and they're like, because I was like, I called them all bandwagon fans. They're like, no, we're not. We're not bandwagon. This is during the playoffs, right? Yeah. And they're like, we're Niner faithful, blah, all this shit, right? So they lose a Super Bowl, and there's video of them. There's like of their welcome home. There's like 7 people. It's one family, just one big ass baby pumping out family, right? So like nobody showed up. So I called them out. I posted a video like, Niner fans, where's your Niner faithful now? And someone got very upset with me, and like it was like in my personal life, and like they were mad, and I was like, it's true. And they're like, well, we have a lot to do over here. I was like,
well, that's so funny. But you know that Packer fans would have been at Austin Straubel Airport.
And most
there might have only been like 10 of them, but they'd be there.
Dude, they would have been there. And like, even if you look at the Bears or whatever, I don't care what team. If you lose the Super Bowl, some people are gonna show up. I'm not gonna show up if they win, though. To be honest, I need my sleep. I need my sleep.
Well, it's funny that your story ended that way, because I actually would say that California fans, it's not that they're bandwagon, it's that they have there's so much to do in California. It's hard to just be a diehard about one thing.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
I get that. But the thing is, that's cool. Like, if a big city like Chicago or San Francisco or wherever, California, all these places, like, just say that then. Don't put a big fucking banner that says Niner Faithful. You call yourself Niner Faithful in 2018, you couldn't fill your fucking stadium. Like, dude, I love the Packers. You love the Packers. Most people watching this shit love the Packers, bleed the Packers. Like, dude, I love the Packers so much. Like my life evolves around the Packers. And I'm not saying because I'm better than like a Jaguar fan, because they got better weather and they got shit to do. But then you just don't say it. Like, just don't say it. Like, I don't know, dude. I get pissed off. I get pissed off because
it's 100% true. I mean, I get pissed off when people watch the Brewers.
Dude, well, that's just with me.
I get pissed off when people are like, oh, like, dude, we got pissed. We were on the radio after the game, and Drew and KB are talking about University of Wisconsin game after the Packers game. And I'm like, man, only Milwaukee radio would do some shit like that. It's a damn Packers post-game show, and we're talking about the Badgers who played yesterday. Come on, man.
Dude, that's the thing with me. Like, I'm a diehard Packer fan, but I'll be honest, dude. I have on my truck a big-ass Wisconsin Badger W. On the back.
Yeah, I like the Badgers, but dude, they can't get in my. They can't, like, here's my Packer space, and they can't cross over.
Yeah,
right?
No, but my thing is, like, I love the Badgers. I hope they do well. They had a really good game. I think the kid got COVID now, the quarterback.
Yeah, they got they're on 4th string quarterback or something.
Yeah. No, but like, I love the Badgers, but it's not like I love the Packers. Like, my love for the Packers is like my family, like my wife, my kids, and all that. I love them. My love for the Badgers is like my neighbor. Like, she's a little old lady. I like her. I hope the best for her, but like, it's just not the same. I mean,
I'll tell you what, though.
I root for them, but it's just not the same. Like, I'll cut you. Talk about the Packers. You might get. I go to work after Packers lost, and people at work who aren't football fans think it's funny. Like, oh, I heard the Packers lost. Yeah, I heard your mom's a whore. You want to talk? I'm like, what are we doing here?
Well, I have a newfound love for the Badgers when they played here at Lambeau, so that was amazing. And we missed the Notre Dame game, which sucked, so because of COVID.
Yeah,
thanks,
dude,
COVID.
COVID sucks, dude. First of all, let's talk about that background you got working there. So
it's a green screen.
How many times? No, let me figure out how to pinpoint this. Can I do that? Oh, look at this. So you got Lambeau Field right behind you, right?
Yep.
This is not a green screen, people. Don't let them believe you, or don't believe. You know what I'm saying? So how are you there? Like, you rent this house, you own this house. What do you got going on over there?
So, since when the stadium was like reconfigured, the statues are over there, but they were over there. Remember when there was like the atrium came out?
Yeah.
And then it was actually back when it was steel. I was with my grandfather. I was like 7 years old, and I pointed across to Shadow Lane, and I was like, "What's that?" And I've had the dream to have it, and I thought that it was dead like about 4 or 5 years ago, and the opportunity came up, and we were able to buy it. So I was able to buy it, and been tailgating in it for the last 4 years. And when COVID hit, I was like, you know what, with Cheesehead TV, we can do remotes. We can really like take it to another level. We sponsor the Packers fence next door, and we're doing this whole like, we've been sponsoring it for like 5 years. And what's really cool this year is like people have like, they have all the fans' faces on there, and it was just a way. I don't know. I own it. You know, it's just like my dream. I don't have any kids. I don't have. This has just been my passion the whole time, is try to get back to Green Bay. I was born here, and like I always knew that this was going to be the place where I kind of like ended up.
Yeah, dude. Like, I have a wife. I have kids. I will leave them all right now to move in with you. So, and you know what? They would be like, I get it.
They're like, bye, Dad.
They're like, can we visit? Like, no, I'll come to you. So, do you live there year round?
No, I live in New York most of the time, but I'm moving here. So we just my company just opened a separate from Cheesehead TV, opened a office in Green Bay at Titletown Brewery in downtown Green Bay. We just took 2,500 square feet, hired 3 employees. Doing remote broadcasting, which is really cool. We got a shout out from the mayor of Green Bay, which is awesome. So,
dude, you guys do it so big. Like, dude, I'm trying to get in your level. But the big question,
we don't though, man. We're just like 2 guys chilling, drinking beers.
Yeah,
you know?
dude, that's why I like, because like I didn't watch Transplants for a long time, like fucking 8 years, where I was just like not watching anything because I was doing other shit. I got a job, all right. No, but I remember I was gonna have Nagler on, right? So I was like, I should probably watch one of theirs. I mean, I watched clips, but I just didn't watch like the hour long, the whole thing. And so I was like, I'm gonna watch this shit. And then I was watching, I was like, dude, this is so much better than it used to be. And not that you used to suck. I thought you were great before, but now I was like, dude, you guys are you're just a couple dudes talking shit. That's kind of what I am. But you were just a little bit more sober than I was. But like,
well, I try to keep it sober because what's hilarious is you can hear it. You can hear Nagler will take it right to the limit. But what's crazy is Nagler drunk is pretty much as smart as I am, like half drunk. So it's kind of crazy. Like he's got that thing you got, where like drinking like helps you.
No, first of all, drinking doesn't help me get smarter because like I don't know shit.
You get funnier though, and right,
yeah.
And you get
I'll say like my only thing is like people think I'm funny, but like people ask me like I'll ask like how am I gonna do a podcast tonight? Ask me some questions like, what do you think about our depth on offensive line? I'm like, I heard Bakhtiari's out. like I don't know shit. Like I'm not an expert at all.
That's and I'm not either. And like what's really funny is like, what's weird about like my whole shtick is me being like myself, meaning like I don't really care about practice squad. Like I want to be here during training camp, but I don't actually like. I didn't know who Summers was until Sunday. Okay, I'm just gonna be honest with you, right? And like it's okay, and like I feel like I'm the fan of Cheesehead TV to try to let people know that it's okay not to be this fucking huge goddamn football dork.
Exactly that,
it's
dude.
Fine, it's okay. You can like football. You can be passionate about it. You can talk shit about nerds because that's basically what we're doing half the time. And I am a nerd talking shit about nerds, but it's like, dude, you're getting a little ahead of yourself. And also, like to your point about like apologizing, like we were talking about that. Nags is the man. We were talking about that the guy Kellerman who always apologizes. Like I appreciate somebody who's going to say that they were wrong, even if they're always wrong, right? Because I love the self-effacing, self-deprecating thing because that's who I am,
Yeah,
and like Twitter needs more of that. You know what I mean? And I feel like as Twitter moves more to video and as the future moves more to video, like what you're doing, and like even Nagler, like 3 years ago when he first joined the Press Gazette, like putting his phone and just saying, fuck it, I'm just going to talk to my damn phone. Like that's a thing now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you do that better than most people in the like our space, which is like when that becomes there, I think it's going to be harder to hide behind 140 characters or 280 characters like some people do. Peter Bukowski. Oh, I'm sorry. I got to go get another beer.
All right, I'll keep it rolling. So,
no, I'm just gonna go to the fridge right now and grab one. I'll be right
right.
back. I can hear you though. I can hear you.
All right, so we're gonna talk. So what do we got? All right, no, we got a comment here. Corey is the man too. LOL. No, Corey is the man. No, but like, dude, that is like what I do. Like, it's funny because I was on the Pat McAfee show. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Pat dude, that like blow my. I put it in my bio on Instagram, Twitter, all this. I was on the Pat McAfee show, kinda. Kinda. And I was on another show that they played that clip. So like I was thinking about it. I was laying in bed one night. It was like I was on a Pat McAfee show, which made my life. Like, dude, my phone started on fire. I was about to leave for work. People were like, yo, you're on a Pat McAfee show. Because Evan Fox DM me on Twitter and said, hey, can we use this video? Dude, I almost deleted that video. I made the video, and then I was like, I stuttered like a motherfucker on that. But like sometimes, like I watch a video I make and I'm like, I can't redo the same enthusiasm. But even though I stuttered or whatever, so like, you know, I'm just gonna post it. So I'm driving home and like, yeah, that video kind of sucked. And I only posted on Twitter at that point. I didn't post it everywhere. Because a lot of my videos are just leaving work. Because I'm all jacked up. I'm out of work. You know what I mean? I'm happy. Yep. The happiest I'll ever be is leaving work.
Yep.
so
or after a Packers win.
Yeah. So, like, I'm thinking on my drive home, like, yeah, when I go home, I'll probably delete that video because I stuttered like a prick in this video. So I get home, I check my phone to, like, delete the video. And Evan Fox DM'd me and said, hey, can we use that video? I'm like, well, that video is not getting deleted. So Evan Fox, for people who don't know, is Pat McAfee's guy, his friend and his producer or whatever. He helps, whatever he does. But he's kind of a big deal. Bigger than us. So so I was like, dude, this video is doing well. So I was like, he's not going to use it. He's probably asked permission in case they kind of think about it or whatever. A couple days later, I think it was the next day. And all of a sudden, people are texting me, yo, you're on the Pat McAfee show. And they played it like 3 times, dude. I was like, dude, I'm in heaven. Like, I'm like dying. I'm like, dude, what is my life?
Did he show it to Rodgers, though?
No, he did not. I was hoping that Rodgers
should have made that a condition next time they call you.
Yeah,
like, Aaron Rodgers needs to approve this video before you play
he needs to see it. I want comments from Aaron Rodgers.
Feedback. I need
I was asking Crabshoe one day. I was like, do you think that Aaron Rodgers has ever seen one of my videos? Because I make a lot of videos.
No way he hasn't.
I tag him and shit.
What did he say?
And he was like, yeah, I bet he did. I was like, does he look at social media? Because, dude, I met Aaron Rodgers. Like, I was a umpire at a charity softball game. I was a celebrity umpire. The most uncelebrity umpire that has ever celebrity umpired. And I fucked up and Aaron Rodgers yelled at me. Have you ever heard this story?
No.
I screwed up. It was
Is this on video?
No, it's not a video. But like I was a charity softball or whatever.
Was it
umpire.
Donald Drivers?
No, it was Josh Moser inside the huddle guy.
Oh yeah. He's leaving now too, right? Josh
yeah. He went to Miami. Yeah. So shout out to Josh Moser. That's my guy. Good buddy of mine. He's been on the show. Friend of the show, as people say. But no, but like, so they asked me to be the charity softball umpire, like celebrity or whatever. I was like, I'm not a celebrity, but I'll do it anyways. So I get there and I'm nervous as shit, right? And then they're like, what do you want to be, behind first or behind second? I'm like, well, not behind first. It's a lot of action. I'll go behind second. They're like, yeah, you don't really got to do anything. Just stand back there. You can go live on Instagram because they just wanted me to promote the thing. You know? Because the players don't promote it. So they like, this prick will promote it. So like, they're like, just stand back there, take pictures, do whatever. Don't even pay attention. You're fine. So then about halfway through the game, I realized, these players expect me to pay attention. So then someone slides into second base. I couldn't even tell you who it was. And all the Aaron Rodgers, like Zadarius Smith, the Devontae Adams, they're all staring at me. What's the call? And I was like, so I figured in my head, I was thinking, I got a 50-50 shot.
Well, wait, but whose team was Aaron Rodgers though? That's an easy call.
Yeah, he was I think he was in the outfield. No, I don't think
You called the guy safe?
I called him, I think it was safe. It was wrong. Wherever Aaron Rodgers, it was wrong. I don't think that Darius Smith, because the Darius Smith was on defense. He was on second base when he was on defense. So I think it wasn't him at the time. So yeah, Aaron Rodgers is like in my face. Not want to say in my face, but in my area, like showing disappointment, right? So
yeah,
I was like, oh my God, like my life is over. Devonta Adams runs up on me. Are you blind? Are you blind? Right? So I was like,
it's too bad you weren't live on Instagram, bro. Come on,
it wasn't. But like when I say, because I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever. It wasn't like serious. Like they weren't like calling me a bitch or nothing. Like they were just like, you know.
Yeah, they
like,
didn't really care. They just were competitive.
But they were just
entertainment.
Yeah, they were giving me the business a little bit. So I was just like, oh my, I was mortified, right? So then they walk off. I was like, I don't know. And Aaron Rodgers said, he came up to me later, like a couple minutes later. He goes, "Are you umping or just hanging out?" And I was like, "Yo, I'm umping, but I'm not really good at it."
So he clearly knows who you are. Doesn't he follow you on Instagram?
No, he does not. Aaron Rodgers is.
You should have been like, "Yo, bro, can we do a little Instagram thing right here for the softball?"
I should have just crossed my eyes, be like, "Yo, I'm doing the best I can, bro." No, but he was cool. Like, I don't like telling that story like to the fullest because people like to talk about Aaron Rodgers, like, "Oh, he's this and that." He was joking and like, and I didn't
just joking with you.
Yeah,
God.
I didn't take it as like, oh my God, but I was upset because I was like, I totally fucked that up, bro. So then
it sounds like you fucked it up.
Yeah, no, dude, I totally screwed it up. So Robert Tunyon as it is
tons
now.
Of Funyon. So
I was dealing with him and like Preston Smith and like a lot of the guys after the game. I don't mean a name drop, but so Tunyon says to me, he says, he was dealing with me, he's like, "Yo, we were in the dugout laughing at you because you were so shook." I was done after that happened. Like it was. They're like, "Don't expect anything from the second base because this guy is shook." Rodgers just yelled at him. He didn't really yell, but you know what I mean.
Yeah. He talked to you. He actually he knew who you were. He was like, yo, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was like, "I know you're alive, and I'm not really happy about it." No, but that was such a cool experience. And like, I remember Josh Jackson, right?
Yep.
He was yelling my name the whole time. He was like, "Yo, Matty Ramen, what's up?" Like, dude, these guys, like, so Darius Smith's fist bumped me. His fist is the size of my head. His fist. So, like, he was new to the team then. You know, I didn't even know. I knew he was from the Ravens, but I didn't know shit about him. He's like, "What's up, man?" He fist bumped me. I was like, "Whoa, your fist is the size of my head. So, like, don't punch me there." You know. Anyways, but like. That was a cool the cool shit we get to do, right? I'm sure you got to do some cool shit too, right?
I mean, not as cool as that.
What's the coolest thing you ever did? What's the coolest thing that Cheesehead TV, the shit? Because you did some other shit before us, right? Like I remember reading your bio one time, and you're like, you did some shit. You're successful.
I mean, for business, yeah. The coolest shit Cheesehead TV did is we used to have a throwback weekend where we had fans come. We did this like 3 years in a row. Kyle Kuzino, Wally Pingo, we kind of set it up, donated it to charity. It was really cool where we actually like had like the coolest thing that happened. Remember the guy that's on NFL who did this to Aaron Rodgers when Aaron Rodgers, like, he was like, "What?" And he's on NFL films. He like showed up a bunch of writers to Throwback Weekend and like national media guys and, you know, Fan Fest. I mean, we've done some pretty, like, we were the first blog to ever be allowed, like, as a media entity for shareholders meeting, like, in 2009. So that's kind of weird when you're like, the first time you see Jason Wilde's office and like he's showing it to you and you're like, "Whoa, dude, like I'm totally behind the scenes right now."
Speaking of Jason Wilde, Jason Wilde, he my son was like, he's 18 now. He was like 9 years old, and I want to cheer him up, make him have a good birthday. I was like, I tweeted out, I want my son to get some happy birthdays from some Packer players.
Yep.
Jason Wilde went on a mission that day to get like, I forget who it was. I know he got Josh Cribbs. He wasn't a Packer, obviously, but that was one of his favorite players. Josh Cribbs said happy birthday to my son on Twitter. I think it was Ryan Grant. I forget the exact names, but Jason Wilde reached out to all these Packer players, tagged a bunch, say happy birthday to this prick. You know, he said it nicer, right?
Nah, Wilde's good peeps. I mean, it's funny.
He's very cool. Like I remember,
He's really cool.
My son,
yeah,
he thought I was the man. He's like, yo, my dad knows Ryan Grant. Like, he's like, Dad, do you know Ryan Grant? I'm like, duh. Of course I do.
No, yeah,
Jason Wilde, he's always cool with me.
Jason, Rob, Wes, like they were early supporters of us, like just helping us, like, oh, we need to get this person on. Like I remember the first time we got Rob on, and we had talked so much shit about Rob Demoski. I mean, I'm telling you, like we had like blog posts that were like, Rob Demoski doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, blah blah blah, and like just we hate this guy. And then he comes on the show, and Nagler like looked at me because he was worried like what I was gonna do, because then Rob like graciously comes on the show, and since he's been to this house, like known Rob for he's come to Throwback Weekends, he's come to like tweet ups and stuff. But this first time we had him on the show, Nagler's like looking at me, wondering like, all right, are you going to be kiss ass professional Corey, or are you going to be Packer fan Corey? And like he doesn't know which way I'm going to go. And then I'm just like really nice to Rob, and Nagler's like, what was wrong with you? You're such a kiss ass. We finally get like a guest on this show, and like you're like kissing their ass.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
Yeah. If you ever want guests again, you can't be hating on them. You gotta
wait
wait till after on Twitter for that.
Yeah, you can't be like, hey, on my show? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna spend an hour talking shit. I want to give a shout out to this guy. This is my buddy Drew. Is one time I was introduced on field at the Lambeau during pregame for military appreciation. Shout out to Drew, military man.
That's awesome.
No,
cheers.
He's good shit. Anyways, let me get back to these questions. All right, you've
asked any questions? Has that happened yet?
No, I have not asked any questions. Let me.
I'm drinking a brewski by.
Look at this question. You answered this about a fucking hour ago. so let's
check
move
that one out.
Yeah, we'll check that one out. Okay, let me ask you this one right here. Why do people trash you so much? No, because when I ask you this, okay, with all due respect, because I love you.
Because you watch Pat McAfee, you say that. Wait, I gotta take you gotta let me take a screen grab of this. This is gonna be my only tweet of the night.
All right, no, let me get my good look.
Okay.
No, but like when I say, because you ruffle feathers, and that's why I asked you on, because I was like, I like to ruffle some feathers. No, because I respect that, because you like people say dumb shit, and like you don't like kind of like, like someone said some dumb shit, I'll be like, I'll quote tweet it and be like, well, this didn't age well. I don't say that. I don't say this didn't age well.
No, you know what you do? You'll say it to your own tweets. That's what I love. You'll be like, this is not gonna age well.
Yeah. But like you say like this is the dumbest fucking thing I ever heard in my life.
I mean, and then you read their tweet and you're like, oh yeah, it is.
No, because dude, it irritates me, because I'll tweet some shit. First of all, a perfect example would be and then we'll get back to people why they trash you. All right, there was a Bears fan on Instagram, and it was before like the Bucks game. All right, I was saying the Packers gonna beat the Bucks like 20. I was wrong. All right, get off my back.
I said the same thing. I said the Packers would beat the Bucks 42-10.
Yeah. So he said, "Oh, I got some shit to say after the game because I want to make sure I'm right." I was like, why wait?
That's like, the worst. That's literally everybody I tweet about, everybody I talk shit about, is they care more about being right than Packers. And I don't.
That's the shit. I don't care. Like, so I said to him, like, and I'll say it right here. Like, who gives a shit if you're wrong? Like, dude, dude, the Packers gonna beat the fucking Vikings by 40. Like, I don't give a shit. And if I'm wrong and they only beat them by 10, I'm okay with it. No, but what happens if you're wrong? Like, I said that shit. I said the Packers would beat the Buccaneers, and the Packers lost. What happened? I had people on YouTube to this day to commented on videos on YouTube from 2018, 38-10. That's all they do. So, like, what happened? Like, I didn't. No one let air out of my tires in my truck. Like, I didn't lose no money. Like, nothing happened. No one came and punched me in the face. Like, if you're wrong, you're just talking shit. Like, dude, it's not that serious, bro. Like, people are worried, like, oh, what if I'm wrong? Who gives a shit? Back your team. I don't give a shit if you're a Bear fan, Viking. Well, if you're a Viking fan, you should not have faith. But everyone, but you know what I'm saying? Like, dude, if you're wrong, if you just back your team. Like, dude, I have respect for anyone who backs their team. If you hide around the corner when people talk about your team, dude, I defend the Packers like I defend my wife, like I defend my mother, like I defend my kids. Dude, if you talk about the Packers, like, I'm gonna say some shit, but I'm not gonna hit you. You know what I mean? No. I'm not, you know, I mean,
no, you're not a violent man.
I got sensitive knuckles, bro. I ain't about that life. No, but I'll talk some shit because talking shit about sports doesn't matter, dude. It's just fun. Like, it's not that serious. Anyway.
I mean, most of the people who hate on me, if you look at it, they're either not Packer fans, which is fine, or they're trying to be a writer. Like, one of the things I'm really happy about that, like, Nagler and I have, and Jersey Al and everybody at Cheesehead TV, like, if you look around, like, dude, half of the people that write about the Packers came up through Cheesehead TV.
Yeah.
Right. And in a good way, because we were trying to bring all kinds of people and all kinds of voices, and you know, I really feel like I've had a great experience as a Packer fan from my own family and my own friendships, and a lot of my greatest friendships have been with Packer fans. And Nagler and I always had this idea of, like, hey, we don't live in Wisconsin, so it's really hard to follow the team. It's a lot easier now in 2020. Yeah. But, you know, this whole idea of, like, being devoted to fans, not devoted to the Packers, but devoted to fans worldwide, is like something we've always kind of carried. But here's the thing, I carry that all the way to the end, meaning, like, if you cannot ask a fucking sentient question of a Packer player, go to hell. If you want to talk shit, if you want to get anonymous sources and then drop an article the day before the playoffs, and you want to, like, leave town and, like, so that you can get your career going up, go to hell. Like, I'm calling out the things that nobody really ever called out before. All the media plays and all the little bullshit. Like, it sucks that we live in a time of fake media, because it's not fake. It's people making narratives and then other people lifting those narratives, you know? And it's like the whole thing that I got in with Matt Schneidman had nothing to do with Matt Schneidman. It was just, like, early in training camp, talking shit about your first round draft pick who's in the process of rehearsing because he just got out of college. Like, fuck you. That's not your job. Your job is not to talk shit about a player. Your job is to report on the facts. And, you know, and the other thing is not just reporting on the facts. It's, you have to understand where your narrative thread is going to go, because Skip Bayless is going to pick it up and these other places are going to pick it up. And are you really doing a justice or a service to the team then? And I know they're going to say, well, I'm a reporter, I just report on the team. But to me, it's like, you know where it's going, right? It's like, everybody knows when they drop that tweet nugget where it's going to go to. Otherwise, you're disingenuous and you're saying that, like, you're stupid, basically.
Dude, that's a shit, because, like, I made a video, a drunk video, right? Bashing. Yeah, surprise.
I'm really surprised.
I was talking shit about Jermichael Family and Greg Jennings. I was drunk one day, right? And a lot of people love these guys, right? Because they don't even know. They're not on Twitter. You know what I mean? So they don't know. But, like, Greg Jennings did a lot of shit. He shit on Rodgers. Didn't
he just, like, apologize for it a little bit?
He's like, I want to be welcomed back. I posted it on Facebook. I was like, the little image. He wanted to be welcomed back. And they're like, oh, we should. What happened? I don't even know. I'm like, no, what happened is he said he was brainwashed by the Packers. He shit on Aaron Rodgers every chance he got. Like, I'm not, like, gonna carry the grudge. Like, whatever. If he wants to be welcomed back, I'll stop talking shit. But, like, dude, it's not the fact that he talks shit about Aaron Rodgers, because a lot of people, I won't say a lot, but a few people have. Like, but like he used it to get
That's the
his.
thing. There
He
you go,
used it to get his. He wouldn't have been an FS1. He wouldn't have his job without
if
that.
he didn't
But,
say, he needed a contrarian viewpoint. They needed somebody who's in the locker room to do that. Exactly. It's literally using the media to your own advantage as opposed to actually doing your job.
Yeah.
And usually when I'm calling people out, it's like that, or like my thing about players, like the Peter Bukowski thing is like, dude, don't fucking tell Leroy Butler he's wrong. Please, just don't.
Yeah, I saw that, and I agree with that.
Don't do that, dude. Don't do that. Like when people do that, you said you protect your wife, and like, bro, Packer legends are off limits. I'm sorry, they're fucking off limits. And if you go near them, I'm gonna go after you, and I don't give a fuck because you're not gonna take my house away. You're not gonna take my job away. I'm always gonna have my shit. I'm independent. I've been independent since 2007. So you can't do anything to me. You can't even take my internet away. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As long as we got that, so don't go after Packer legends. Don't do it, or you're gonna hear from me. I mean, it just might be annoying because I'm kind of just a dork, but you know.
No, dude, it's so true.
I'm not gonna stop though. Like the more people hate me, like the thing is, like Matt, I think you agree with this, right? Like the more people if people hate me, I feel like it's fine because the things that I say, I believe.
And not even that, because people can't hate you if they don't see you. So like I get this comment on Twitter. I get this a lot on Twitter. I'm a Packers fan, but I hate this cockeyed prick. People should stop retweeting them because they don't follow me. So I'm like, I just coming back like, doesn't matter what you do, you gotta block me, bitch. No, but like, that is one thing that drives me nuts though. Is I'm a Packer fan, but doesn't even matter Packers.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a Raider. So like someone will say like Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. And then they'll say, I'm a Packers fan, but I think Tom Brady is better. All right. So like you being a Packer fan does not give you some high knowledge of shit. I'm not even just the Packers. I see it. If you look at any ESPN post, it'll be about whatever, the Broncos, whatever the fuck team. And then they'll say that, well, I'm a Raiders fan, but like, no. It doesn't matter what team you root for. You're still an idiot on Instagram. Like, like I'm an idiot too. But like, I would never post. I would never comment on this shit. I'm a Packers fan, but no, because dude, it doesn't matter what team you root for. It doesn't give you any higher power of knowledge. Like I could talk about how bad, whatever, what players are for the Packers who I don't happen not to like. People with Favre, it happens a lot. Oh, I'm a Packer fan, but I don't think that no one gives a shit what team you root for. You don't. It doesn't give you being a Packer fan doesn't give you any higher knowledge of anything. Like it just, I don't know, dude. It drives me nuts that I'm a whatever fan, but like I'd like to just punt them in the face.
It's like when people, well, actually, I'm the same way, except for like when people are like, well, actually.
Oh yeah.
Or when they're like, they write right in the margins where they're like, I'm not going to actually comment on whether I think Jordan Love. I'm just going to give you all the sides. And it's like, no, motherfucker, you're not. You're not.
Dude, the Jordan Love shit kills me. First of all, like, I don't remember who it was that wrote it because I never heard of him before. But like when Roger, after the Bucks game, he said, well, Rodgers had a whatever.
Rob Reichel?
Yeah. What was the word he used? Rodgers had a stiffer or whatever.
I've already forgotten it. That win totally made me forget that. And hopefully everyone forgets him and he blocks his account or he deletes it.
Yeah. Dude, that was a shit. Because I said, first of all, because I try not to roast the media because I have like Josh Moser's a good friend of mine and Nagler is part of the media now. And there's other people who I like kind of talk to.
You can roast yourself though.
Yeah, so I try not to go at the media because I don't want the people who I actually like Devout's. A lot of the guys that you named, like Matt
Schneidman.
I can't say his last name real good when I'm drinking, so I didn't want to butcher. But I like him. He doesn't follow me, or he doesn't watch this shit. He doesn't know anyways. But I follow him. He's one of my favorites. But like when I shit in the media, I don't want the good people who I like to think I'm shitting on them. But like,
I mean, they do that. To that point, you make a really good point. Like, I have when Nagler went to Green Bay Press Gazette, my comments calling Bob McGinn senile. I mean, he was senile. He literally said Fel Mary was not Fel Mary. Okay, so Let's just call a spade what a spade is for 1 second.
You got to say it.
I mean, if you think that, you're senile, so fuck off. But it's true when you call a national Wisconsin media 4-time Wisconsin beat writer winner of the year award senile. Everybody remembers that shit.
Yeah, they don't forget that. No, because
you know what? I stand by it. Like, I'm like, I don't say it's not a Skip Bayless statement. It's like, no, fuck you. The Hail Mary was bullshit. We got robbed. We had fucking replacement refs.
Good.
The NFL should fucking go bankrupt and restart. And then when they restart, they should say that Hail Mary, the first thing of the rules should be that the Hail Mary was wrong. The Packers are right. They get a win on that fucking game.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, there's not a lot of people who say that Hail Mary is wrong, the call wise, but like
except the ref and Bob McGinn, bro.
Yeah, but like the thing is, because like the NFL rarely will say we fucked that one up.
True, it's so true.
So like the same thing with the Des drop, right? People are like, oh, the according to the rules, he actually caught it. Like, yeah, but the rule then, because the NFL came out and said, first of all, according to the rule, like people say, well, I thought it was a catch. Well, you don't make the rules. Like the NFL has rules. So the Des drop was a drop because the NFL said it was a drop because they make the rules. Like we watch the game, we follow the game, but like the rule is what the rule is. Like I was at the DMV today and they're busting balls trying to get my son an ID. Just turned 18, he wants to vote. They're busting balls, right? So I'm texting my wife, yo, there's bullshit over here happening, and I don't get the details, but she was like, you should tell them this, you should tell them that. I was like, yo, they make the rules though, you know. I mean, like it doesn't matter what I say. Same thing with football. Is like the Hail Mary, the NFL said, yo, they fucked it up so much that they fired those refs and got we helped the refs. Like the real refs were like, oh shit. They were watching that game like, oh, get your stripes back on, boys. We back in this bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yep.
dude, the NFL does not admit more than wrong. Even like in a playoff with the Saints, was it the Rams or whatever? They're like, no, that's
yep.
They're like, yeah, they're like, no, that was all right. And then they made rule changes, but they're like, very rarely will the NFL say, yo, we screwed that up. But like they did for that. So like anyone who says that the Hail Mary wasn't wrong is either a Saints player
or trying to sell a book.
Or trying to sell a book, apparently.
And that, but back to my point about Nagler. So like I said those things, right? And like that, it is dangerous, right? When you call people out on their bullshit, and especially when you call people out who are used to calling other people out, but not themselves. Right. And that's where the new media has flipped everything on its head. Right. Because I could come in the Super Bowl with my photography, with my camera, and we could come in like for 2010 and get credentialed. And Tom Silverstein and Bob McGinn are looking at us like, what the fuck is this? Who the hell let these kids here? You know what I'm saying? And so, but it's flipped on its head, and we didn't start it. We were part of the whole generation of people that has been doing this. Right. It's just this. You know, we're caught up to it now in 2020, but you're 100% right. Like the problem is that, you know, people that aren't in entertainment or aren't in the, like sports is entertainment. Let's not call it news. I hate when people like think they're reporters and news and all this bullshit. Come on, man. It's entertainment. It's no different than a video game or a movie theater or music, right? It's this other thing that people love to do and talk about and watch, right? So it's just sad if you don't think about this as entertainment and you take it too seriously, it can get into your head and, you know, make you crazy.
One thing that I was saying the other day, which I probably wouldn't say sober, but I'm drunk a little bit right now, so I'll say it now. Like, there's so many great, first of all, I'll start this out like this. I'll suck up a little bit to people. There's so many great reporters who went to college and did all these things, like the ones who do it so good. But like, besides like the guys who report the news, like the Adam Schefter, the Valsky, like all these guys that are in the dirt doing all the work. But like, dude, anybody could do it. Like not that part, but like this part. Like you don't have to choose to listen to FS1 and all these guys that we name. You don't have to watch NFL Network or ESPN or any of that shit. Like if you're a Packer fan, you want to watch Packers news, don't watch my show.
I was about to say, don't watch this show.
But like, there's so many good shows like Cheesehead TV. Like you guys got like so many good people, and there's so many others. I'm not gonna name drop because I'm talking to Cheesehead TV creator here, but but there's so many, dude. You could just
No, I will. There's Packer Report.
Yeah.
Like what Andy Herman's
dude,
doing.
Andy Herman. What's he like? 17? Dude, I've been following him since forever.
Dude, and his what's crazy about Andy Herman, okay? And I've met the man many times, and I'm very impressed by everything but Andy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's an impressive dude. Dude, what his Packer beat reporting is his second job, much like Nagler. Like Nagler and him are very relentless that way, where it's like they've got it's their second job. Like Nagler now, this is his only job, but you know, there was a long time where Nagler was doing the grind for like a decade where it was his second job, you know?
Yeah, this is my
second
job.
You know that? Yeah, this is your second job. Yeah.
No one's surprised.
I mean, honestly, like this is just my hobby. Like to me, it's like Cheesehead TV. It feels like a second job, but not really. I mean, most of the time now it's just sitting and drinking beer, you know?
Yeah, that's what. No, but Andy Herman, dude. Like when I first started listening or watching, or, you know, following him on Twitter and this shit, I didn't know what he looked like. I was like, this guy's like 76. You know what I mean? Like, not really, but I was like, he's so smart. Like he's so smart. So one day, I'm up. It's like 3 a.m. I'm watching TV, sitting in my underwear, drinking a beer, eating a slice of cheese, and then some bullshit TV show comes on. I wouldn't say bullshit, but like, you know. Whatever.
Local news. Yeah.
And it's Andy Herman, and he's talking about the Packers on whatever show that he does. I'm like, and then like, I'm here with Andy Herman. I'm like, Andy Herman. I was like, and then I was like, that can't be the same guy because this guy's like, looks like he's like just like my son's age. and then I started listening to him because I listened to podcasts and shit. I was like, that's Andy freaking Herman. And then now he's got the YouTube thing going on.
Well, he started Pack-A-Day. We helped distribute Pack-A-Day. We still do. We're really proud of it, but it's always been his baby. And then he's got the Pack-A-Day YouTube thing going on, and I keep giving him shit because I'm like, yo, when I gave Nagler shit for a while, like I did a tweet where I was like, yo, blink your eyes twice if the hostages are not in the room anymore, because his entire background's like white, and it's just like
he's in a closet. He's like, I have to be very quiet so nobody. But I'm gonna steal his idea because I was thinking about I'm gonna steal his idea. I'm gonna make a video every single day like Andy Herman, but not the same because I'm not gonna give you no knowledge. Because he get, you know,
dude, that would be hard. I don't even know. Like I have a hard enough time coming up with like the one little segment I have to every Wednesday on transplants, and that's like a nothing. You know what I mean? Like, how do you talk about nothing every hour? I guess we already just did it, right? So.
Yeah, we did it. Oh yeah, we're over an hour now, dude. Nice. I swear to God, me and you could probably do our own little shit. Not on Wednesdays though. You got Packer transplant. Let me ask you a question here. I got some questions lined up.
Okay.
I'll try to skip through some real quick. All right. We already discussed most of this shit. All right. I don't want to ask you that. That's some media shit. I don't know. All right. Let me ask you this because everyone's asking me. All right. Everyone's asking you. Everyone's asking Nagler. Everyone's asking Andy Herman. Everyone's asking all the people that we've ever mentioned on this show. Will the Packers make a trade?
I mean, it seems like Goody wants to make a trade, right?
Yeah, I've heard a lot of rumors, but no one tells me shit. I know that my phone ain't never going off. No one's ever texted me. I heard this. No, I'm not Adam Schefter. I'm not even Corey Behnke.
I mean, Nagler's the closest thing we have. Nagler's kind of our mini Schefter. I think you know, Rob Domofsky's really kind of our real Schefter right now.
Yeah.
I don't think Wes gets the info anymore because he's more inside the Packers. So he gets the info that's official more because, you know, think about it. Where are people getting their info? Typically agents they've worked with for a long time, right? The guys that want to get ahead on some kind of news are guys that want to set the narrative. So where you're getting that source information from, you know, I think that there's like 3 or 4 beat reporters that get it, but everybody else, they have no idea. I mean, it feels like Goody wants to make a trade with everything you read, but who's he going to make a trade with?
No, that's the thing, dude. Like, people ask me. It's funny because like I have a few followers on Facebook and shit, you know, like whatever, like 76,000, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. No, no, but they'll ask me like, oh, do you think the Packers will trade for this guy? I'm like, I don't think so. They're like, why? I'm like, just a gut feeling. I don't, dude. I have
I'm
no
the same
doubt.
way. People will tweet me and they'll be like, Corey, do you think that Ty Summers?
Dude, you know what's funny about Ty Summers? Because you mentioned Ty Summers earlier, that you never heard of Ty Summers, right?
I mean, I kind of did in training camp, but I forgot about it.
Dude,
like,
I asked when Ty Summers got drafted, right? That was in the midst of me trying to get every rookie Packer. Because what I did when I was in a podcast back then, right?
Okay.
Every rookie that got drafted, I had a few followers on Instagram, so I figured it got me a little bit of clout, right?
Yeah.
So I would DM every they draft a player. I'm on that shit. I DM them. Want to come on my podcast? You want to talk about it? You agree me a packet. What do you need? You want to know the closest restaurant? I got you. We got Taco Bell. Right? So I got Kingsley Kiki. I got the Kingsley Kiki podcast I did was horrible. Not because of him. I was horrible. I did no research. I was like, so what's your favorite color? He's like, what the fuck? No, but
don't you have those? Have you seen those podcast cards? Like you should just have those in like your drawer and be like, oh, I totally fuck it. Okay, what?
Yeah, dude, I
What's your
had Kingsley Kiki on. I will pinpoint that as my very worst podcast of any guest I've ever had on. Not because of him at all. I'm not saying because of him. He was great.
The worst podcast you've had is that, but then the worst podcast you've been on because of you is Underage Packers.
Yes, because of me. No, and both were because of me. Kingsley Kiki was great. No, but
That's a great get for your podcast.
Oh yeah. But
he's great.
No, he is great. No. He is outstanding. I was just underprepared. I was stuttering. Dude, I had a podcast with Tim Boyle like a month ago, whatever. He wasn't that long ago. I froze halfway through. Like literally, it wasn't live, right? We were doing it over the phone.
Yeah.
About halfway through, I'm asking questions. I got the list on the wall. I got a little whiteboard over here. And then my brain was like, I'm done. Right? So I froze and I was like, I got nothing. I was like, and then he was like, and he was so cool, right? Boyle was like, he's like, that's all right. I was like, just give me a minute. I was sober as shit, right? So I'm like, just give me a minute. I'm really
fucked up, by the way.
Yeah. I was like, I'm sorry about this. I'm just I got a little brain fart. He's like, no, that's cool. You're good. And I was like, all right. So like now it gets to be like an uncomfortable amount of time. So I'm like, so I asked Tim Boyle, I said, do you have any ideas? So
that's
Tim
like a
Boyle,
movie, dude.
So Tim Boyle starts giving me suggestions. And he was like, well, maybe we could talk about, and then all of a sudden, just like that, pop, I'm back. I'm like, no, I got it. So then I just start going again, right? And then I edit it out so no one knows I'm an idiot, right? I'm not gonna put that on a podcast. And but he was so cool. Tim Boyle was so cool. Like I was like, I'm really sorry. I messaged him after I DM'd him on Instagram. Like, I'm really sorry. He's like, no, that happens all the time. I'm like, does it? He's like, no. That's never happened before, ever. No, but
I'm surprised you didn't just go TBLS. Just put TBLS. You were just like, every time you were like down, you're just like TBLS. Okay, I'm back.
No, but I'm more comfortable. I'm more confident because you have to be confident in what you're doing, right? But like after you talk to people, I'm a little bit confident. No, but Kings of Kiki, I butchered that podcast. He was great, but I just wasn't prepared. He was a rookie, so I didn't know a lot about him. So I'm like, it probably wasn't. No one said it sucked. I just listened to it and I was like, well, that's just a shitty podcast. Not because of him. Like,
yeah, but you know your fans aren't going to tell you when you're terrible.
Come on. Yeah, because
they'll tell me when I'm terrible, but
people who like you won't tell you suck. And the people who tell you suck, you're like, well, they don't even like me anyways, so it doesn't matter. So let me skim through this, and then I'm gonna let you out of here. You probably got shit to do today. Let me ask you this: Packers Vikings prediction, right? You want to hear my prediction first?
Yes.
All right. Let me tell you. Let me get a swig of beer real quick because I got some shit to say. All right.
I'm sure you do. I mean, the Vikings are on your lower third here.
Let Let me just take that bitch out of there real quick. All right. So the Vikings. All right. First of all, the Vikings wish they were the Bears. All right. The Bears suck. All right. The Bears have always sucked. The Bears still suck. All that shit. The Vikings are trying to creep into the Bears level, but they won't ever be there. Dude, like Kirk Cousins. They gave this. Dude, they gave this guy more money than your local high school tries to get referendum and get shut down. All right. Dude, the Vikings are an abomination of a football team. They should be kicked out of the freaking NFL. Like, dude, they couldn't fill the stadiums like however many years ago. The roof caved in. I don't want to get into the whole thing. But yeah, I think the Vikings suck. The Packers win by 30. All right. I know people say, well, they're a rival. And I think they'll play them tough. Yeah, the Lions I give more respect to than the Vikings. All right, the Lions play us tough even when they suck. All right, which is always. But the Vikings. Well,
it's like that. It's like that Greg Jennings thing that he said, where he was like, "Did he say it?" Where he was like, "It doesn't make any sense. The Vikings just prepare for the Packers, but then you beat the Packers. Then what?" Whereas the Packers don't care about the Vikings. The Vikings are like an ex-girlfriend who's like still in love with you. Yeah. You know? And they're like, no, but like you're not in love with the Bears. Like we're not in love with them, but that's like our wife. That's like our ex-wife. So it's like, you know, old lady's been around for a long time, whatever. But like they're jealous. They're just so jealous of the relationship. And they're just like this third wheel sitting in the NFC North. And they're just like, sometimes they're better than the Lions. And I'm like, Lions. I don't want to, you know, and so they just don't know where they fit, and they're not good.
No, that's the thing. Because remember when Lovie Smith got hired as a head coach as the Chicago Bears?
Yeah.
One of the things they said, I think he said it or whoever said it.
He said it. Yep.
He said when he got hired, he said the number one goal is to beat the Green Bay Packers. And a player from the Vikings, it might have been Jennings, I don't know who the hell said it. Someone said it. When they're talking about, like, our goal is to beat the Packers. The difference is the Packers' goal is to win a Super Bowl. The Packers ain't hiring LaFleur. Be like, we want to beat the Chicago Bears. Be like, bitch, you been beating them. Like, what are you doing? Like, what do you want me to do? Put a hit out on them? Like, dude, that's what it is. It's like the Bears, the Packers own the North. And I like people like bring up the Packer-Bear record because the Packers got them beat by whatever it is.
Yeah.
A decent amount of games, but not a ton. It's pretty.
Yeah, they were ahead for a long time. They were ahead
the Bears
for like decades before.
Yeah, they were ahead forever. But since the 90s with Favre, dude, the Packers have owned the North. And I get like the Bears won some divisions. They won a division in 2010. The Packers won the Super Bowl. So like the Vikings, I think they have the most division wins in whatever how many years.
Not only did we win the Super Bowl, but we beat the Bears in Chicago in the NFC Championship game. Like that's about as epic as it gets as a Packer fan, dude. Come on.
Here's what it is: the Green Bay Packers beating the Chicago Bears in an NFC Championship game to go to the Super Bowl is like meeting your wife at your ex-girlfriend's birthday party. That's what it is, bro. That's what it is, dude. I love this division rivalry. The Lions, people are like, why are you so soft on the Lions? Because they don't matter, bro. It's like your little cousin trying to play basketball with you, you know, and then you're playing.
He might beat you on Thanksgiving sometimes, and you know.
Yeah, so like you're playing with your friends, right? You're playing like these guys could legit beat me any moment, right? I need to focus on these guys. Your little cousin's playing basketball. Look at me. Can I play? Get the hell out of here. Right? But every now and again, you're like, you know what? We're short a guy. Come on in. And every now and again, you know, you had a few too many beers in you. He throws a few layups and he beats your ass. Like, all right, we got to take this guy serious. And then he falls down drunk and like, we don't got to wait about him for a while. That is the Detroit Lions. That doesn't make sense. But let's pretend it does. But, dude, the Vikings are shit. And like their fans, the difference between the Vikings and the Bears is the Bears they both perk. The Vikings win about every 10 years. Every 10 years they perk up. All right. The Bears are gonna stay relevant a little bit. They always got a good defense. They got not always, but more times
I mean,
than
shit,
not.
they're sitting there at 5-2.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I give them respect. I'll give the Bears respect, but their quarterback situation, dude. Like you could have had Patrick Mahomes. Like, how do you forget about that? And they got, dude. I don't know. The whole quarterback situation is shit. But they always got a good running game. They always got a good defense. The Bears are legit. Like you got to give the Bears respect. They're just not better than the Packers.
No.
The Packers will sweep, and the Bears fans can talk all the shit they want. When's the Packers like swept the Bears last season, right? When's the last time the Packers got swept by the Bears? Someone told me 2007, and I believe them. I don't know. Maybe they're bullshitting me, but I heard it.
Mike Sherman, huh?
Yeah, fucking Mike Sherman. So while we're talking about old coaches real quick, before I let you go, I mean, maybe you guys should do. I got to go to work in the morning, but what do you think about old Mike McCarthy? Because I love me some Mike McCarthy. I'm a Mike McCarthy biased ass fan. I thought he was gonna do well in Dallas. I didn't want him to because I hate the Cowboys, but I always root for him because I like Mike McCarthy for this reason. He respected the history of the Green Bay Packers. I felt he held the coaching status as he was a respectful guy, right? I think it was time for him to go, probably maybe a little bit earlier than he did, but I still don't hate the guy. Like I can't hate him. They named a street after the prick for a reason. I don't mean to call him a prick. I like to say the word prick. I call everyone a prick. No, but I like Mike McCarthy, but I think he's getting a bad shaft in Dallas. I don't think he actually has full control. He's not calling the plays. He lost 2 quarterbacks now. You play quarterback for Dallas Cowboys, you're getting fucked up. So like what do you think about old Mike McCarthy over there in Dallas?
I mean, I think the same way that I do about a player who won a Super Bowl for us. Once you're a Packer legend, you don't stop being a Packer legend.
There you
once
go.
you win a Super Bowl, once you raise that trophy, nobody did that. You did that. Like I'll show you right here. We up. You can see exactly how I feel about it.
All right, there you go.
Right.
Let me zoom in on your ass real quick. Oh, there we go.
13 world championships, right? And 13. Mike McCarthy's responsible for that one all the way on the right. So
yeah, so it's forever. It is forever. I think he might have froze out. I don't know what happened. Oh. He moved his camera. His game over for him. He lives in Green Bay. What do you do? But we'll see if he comes back. Otherwise, we're gonna shut this shit down. Oh, we got Joey the Jaguar over here talking. Matt loves using the word prick. Look at he's back in this shit. Now you're in 2 different frames.
How did that happen?
I don't even know. Can I kick? Oh, I'll just kick. I'll just
kick the other one out.
Yeah, I got you.
Dude, I'm sorry about that. As soon as I turned the laptop, the wired internet went out like a dumbass. I'm like, hey, let me move this laptop.
Dude,
no, but done. I mean, like that's kind of how I feel. I mean, also like who judges a first-year coach on the first year?
That's the thing. That's the thing.
Because you don't hire a coach so that he's going to kick ass in the first year. Like even Matt LaFleur last year. You know what I'm saying? Like,
dude, that was a fluke. He did, but the difference is because Matt LaFleur had a pretty good setup, right? He's got one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Not a bad defense last year. Zadarius Smith, Preston Smith. They added those pieces.
Well, and also the bigger thing with Mike McCarthy, and I believe why Mike McCarthy had to leave, is more to do with Ted Thompson, who was a legend unto itself. And there's a period of time in 2014, 2015, 2016 when unfortunately the Green Bay Packers were not being led from the football side for whatever reason, right? And it's not to talk shit about Ted, and it's not to talk shit about anything. It's just it takes time when leadership has health issues. It takes time to get people out of those leadership positions. And you look at it, and we had a shit draft in 2015, 2016. You know what I mean? Like, and if you're draft and develop, right? If you're draft and develop, and your best player out of a draft is Clinton Dix, no hate on you're not. You're not going anywhere. You know what I mean? And so I think to me, Mike McCarthy leaving was more of that, like, hey, this happened. And also like for whatever reason, Mike McCarthy stopped iterating, right? I think we all agree with that looking at Matt LaFleur right now.
Oh yeah.
Are you laughing at Joey the Jaguars?
No, but like it's true. Like no, but like with all due respect to Ted Thompson, because I think he was great at first, but I think he had some health issues.
I mean, we had the 2010 Super Bowl because of
Yeah.
Ted Thompson.
Oh yeah. So Ted Thompson, give him respect.
Aaron Rodgers, Ted Thompson. Right?
I just think that he had some health issues. I think, and out of respect for him, that they're like, we're gonna let him roll this out, and then they're like, all right, he rolled it out, so it's time to like, it's unfortunate, but like yeah, it was time to get some new shit in there. But dude, I'm pumped for the future, dude. I'm pumped for.
I mean, Matt LaFleur, like it's kind of amazing. Dude, like
he hasn't lost a division game yet.
Rejuvenating Aaron Rodgers' career alone, right?
Yeah.
Like Aaron Rodgers is not on the Pat McAfee show when Mike McCarthy is his coach, right? He's not saying like I'm loving life, I'm not doing the thing, right? I think what Aaron Rodgers needed was someone to basically that he could trust to call plays.
Yep. And dude, but like, yeah, because I won't talk shit about my boss because he might watch this. What's up, Todd, baby? No, but like if you and your boss are vibing, you're happier, right?
Yep.
I'm happy. No, but like Aaron Rodgers is just loving life. But let me ask you this before you head out of here, because I know you got shit to do. I keep saying that, but I don't let you go. Let me look at this. Is Kirk Cousins elite? This is one of my Facebook questions. Someone asked me this on Facebook. I said, throw me some questions. Is Kirk Cousins elite? It's a trick question. I don't even know why it's a trick question, but it's the only answer is no.
It's rhetorical.
No, but like, dude, Kirk Cousins to me is like he'll be hanging around people at some point. Like he probably has it. And they'll be like, yo, I know people who has done more time in prison for stealing less than you stole from the Vikings.
No, my favorite play, Kirk Cousins, is when he gets thrown to and then he doesn't dive for the catch. It's so good. It's like this, and then the other one, the other good Kirk Cousins is when he's trying to dance and he does like this. He does like it's really bad. It's like the worst white person dance you ever saw in your whole entire life. Like it's like he like took mayonnaise out of a jar and was like, "Oh, touching mayonnaise."
Dude, you like that? You like that? No, nobody. That worked. Like that was one game when he did something good and he had to yell that. And then everyone since then it was like, I don't like that. I don't like it. The Office. Show it to The Office. But dude, this was so much fun. This is probably my most fun podcast.
Yeah, well, in the beginning though, you're definitely gonna top me as a guest, bro, because you're probably gonna get Coach or Rodgers or Pat McAfee's gonna come on your show. You're gonna have Tom. Dude, you're gonna have a show where you're like Pat McAfee show, right? Where you're sitting at a desk, and then Tom Crabtree's like sitting on a couch, and then you got Ha over there like running the control room. You got like your cast of football characters yelling at you, telling you how stupid you are.
Dude, hey, that's
great. That's like a dream, right?
I dreamed about that before, and I've never been harder in my life. No, but dude, you're the best. Let me end this damn thing. Hey, I'm not done talking to you yet, though. So stay around for a second.
Okay.
Hey, I appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you're watching, the whole thing will be on my podcast tomorrow. You can listen to iTunes. What's the other one? Spotify. A whole bunch of other shit I'm on. Ramblin' Matt Ramage. I got the legend Corey Behnke. He's way better than Aaron Nagler. Don't tell him I said that. I like Aaron Nagler. But he's here now. So we gotta show him some love. Hey, I appreciate y'all watching, whatever you did, listening, whatever. Peace out, people. Go Pack Go. Give him a Go Pack Go, Corey.
Go Pack Go, baby.
That's how we do, son.